Welcome to Deep River Farm, folks. Got a few things we want to talk about this morning right quick. We got a crew coming in from Ohio today. They're going to be spending a little time down doing whatever that needs to be done. They're going to head over to Cry today. Those guys are still needing some help from their relocation out of the Red Hill hardware store. They had to relocate due to rent and things like that got to be more than sustainable for their long-term needs, and they needed to relocate. They actually was able to get a facility that was actually closer to the majority of the people they were serving and be of a better benefit to those people, so they didn't have to travel so far to get things that was needed due to that hurricane. Also, the propane need is still pretty high. It's not like it was in the winter to help keep the heat and things. Most people now are at least in a shed or a camper, so they're a lot easier to heat than a tent. And it's still cold up there. It snowed last week, and but mainly it's to knock the chill off, not to just completely keep from freezing to death, and to cook with. And but most people, like I said, is in a shed or a camper, and that are still trying to get into their home or whatever, and trying to get all that worked out. So we've got plenty of propane to carry us through, and the cold is going to go away here for too long. It's spring's here, but it's still real chilly in the morning. Now, Pastor Tim sent me a text last night, folks. I don't know if you're keeping up with it, but there's a lot of fires up in the mountains, and there's one down in Polk County that's moving its way up toward Henderson County. And that's where Henderson County is where Flat Rock and Hendersonville and Zirconia and some of those areas are. Now, that fire's been going on for a couple of weeks. They just hadn't been able to get it contained. Well, it's really gotten bad now, and Polk County has issued evacuation orders, and they're telling people to get out. And now this area was hard hit from the hurricane, and but Pastor Tim sent me a text last night and said that Big Hungry was on fire, and Big Hungry's only about 15 minutes from the church there, through an old curvy road. We went down there and did a video at Big Hungry and Deep Gap, and looked at the damage from the hurricane. And he said that he's got some folks there that had just got back into their home, and now they're being evacuated due to the fires. And he asked that everybody remember those folks in Big Hungry, and those that are affiliated with the Bethel Church that live down in that area. So there's a lot of fires going on up in there, folks. Now, it was supposed to rain up there last night. I hadn't checked the radar to see if it actually took place, or if the air was too dry for it to reach the ground. And so, folks, just wanted to give you an update of what was going on. They dealt with this hurricane, and now the fires, and they went through the cold, and it's just been terrible for these folks. So keep them on your prayers. There's links to the relief centers in the description below, and what we're trying to do now is trying to help them get gardening stuff in for them, and that way they can get some good nutritious food. They've been living off of canned stuff and noodles and all that stuff, non-perishables for all this time. And as well as I do, that stuff just ain't real good for you. And trying to get them some help up there with some knowledge. You've probably seen a lot of the videos on growing things. Well, there's a purpose behind that, folks, and that's they've been growing in the ground up there, but their dirt's gone from the hurricanes, the mudslides, all the flooding, just ripped all the dirt out. There's nothing but rock along the rivers and the creek beds now where they used to grow. That was very fertile ground. So the purpose of that is to give them some ideas on how to do these raised beds and things, and that way they can grow some stuff even if they ain't got much left on their property due to the flood wiping it out. Some of those areas, folks, down by the rivers, it wiped out the dirt for a mile wide across that river. And if they've got anything left, it's not going to be a whole lot, and it's going to be on the side of the mountain. So we're trying to show them how to do raised beds, and that way they can grow a lot in a small space. And like I said, all the relief centers that are listed, we've got stuff on there if you want to help donate seeds or a bag of mulch or a hand tool or a shovel or something to be able to help. Because you know, they've lost everything. A lot of them lost their tool sheds and everything, and it's just buried under brush and 10 or 15 feet of sand. I appreciate you watching this morning, folks. We're going to keep up to date on what's going on with these fires, and we'll let you know if anything happens. And just keep an eye out on it, and say a prayer for these folks. They've really been through it in the last 6 months. Thanks for watching, and have a blessed day.